Hello gorgeous flower pots, it's Sunday, it's 12 noon, I'm sat at the kitchen table. It's time for me to service you. How are we all? Give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. Let me know where you're watching me from. What are you doing with your day today? We've woke up here in Haslingden, Rosendale, Lancashire, and the sun is shining. There's a big yellow ball in the sky that has been missing for ages. So I'm beyond delighted. Ben's been stripped, fresh bedding on, housework's clean. The housework's clean? I've done all the housework, the house is clean. I've been upstairs, had a shower, washed my hair. Once I've finished Sunday service, I'm going to go out over hills and take Hartley for a right good bloody walk. We both need to get a bit of exercise. So how are we all? Are we well? Have you woken up to sunshine? Are you already there preparing your Sunday roast? What you having? Let me know. I'm on my own today, so I doubt I'll be making a Sunday roast because it's no fun cooking for one. But yes, I hope you're waking up to the sunshine. Wherever you're watching me from, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Because I do have people watching me all around the world. Watching from New Zealand, says Adam. So just as I was saying, good evening in that there New Zealand. Oh, Caroline Tate says she's feeling a bit rough today. And people are starting to go out a little bit now. I've seen online, I've seen on Facebook, people are going out now, they're having date nights, they're going out for little meals, they're having little birthdays out. So I'm hoping that if you are going out, you're staying safe and you're enjoying it as best you can. It's been a long time coming. Sarah Jane Bell says, hello Nelly from London. My daughter's in London and she says it's been absolutely red hot. It's not red hot here, but it's not raining and the sun's shining. What more can we ask for? So there we go. So if anybody's going for a little walk today with the dogs and the puppies, why not? It's the perfect day for it. So good morning everybody, good afternoon and good evening. As I said, give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. So I'm here, it's Sunday, I'm here to service you, it's Sunday service, live from the kitchen table. I did it last week and didn't realise that I could move my dining room chair, the kitchen table chair the other way, so I'm back in my favourite position. So, it's been brought to my attention that there's quite a lot of fake news going around on Facebook. And I've had quite a lot of Dear Auntie Nellies about this fake news. So what do we do on the Sunday service? We read out Dear Auntie Nellies. They're all anonymous. Don't know what I'm going to read before I read it. But it's been brought to my attention that there's quite a lot of fake news out there and it's scaring quite a lot of my flower pots. The only thing I will say is fake news is not a new thing. Many a time things will come up on memes or somebody will have made something that a celebrity's died. And that celebrity hasn't died, they're living quite well up there in the Hollywood Hills, and we start putting RIP on it and thinking that person's died, and they haven't. So, fake news, what I will say about it, do not let Karen on Facebook frighten the fucking life out of you. If she sees something on a meme and decides to share it and thinks it's fact, that's up to her. But it's up to you, if you are wise enough to use the internet, to also do your research. Should we be wearing masks? Can asthmatics wear masks? Can children under 3 wear masks? Whatever it may be, do your research. Find out what the actual fact is. So don't get sucked into fake news. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Don't worry yourself. Karen on Facebook, bless her. She needs to get a fucking life, that's all I'm going to say, because she's putting the fear of God into people. So when you read something on Facebook and it's unsettled you slightly, do your research. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, because it is all smoke and mirrors, isn't it? Yes. So that's how I'm going to address fake news. Lots of you are getting anxious, lots of you are getting concerned. Please don't. Please do your own research. Whether that's ringing your GP, receptionist, what the facts are, whether that's ringing up a government helpline, finding out what the facts are. Fake news has never been as vast as it is now in 2020 because of the coronavirus. So please, please, please don't buy into it. Don't frighten yourself to death. Don't implement things because Karen on Facebook says. Okay? So do your own research and do what's right for you, for your bubble and for your family and for your health and safety. And by doing that, then you are protecting others and we're following protocol, we're following policy and we're not buying into the fucking fake news because everybody at the minute is sharing fake news. Nobody really knows what's going on. I doubt the government themselves do half the time. So yeah, so just do your own research, okay? So without further ado, shall we start our Sunday service? I think we should. Washer's going, so if it gets a bit noisy, let me know and I'll switch it off. But I've put all my towels in. I used to wash everything on a 30 or a 40, but now everything's on a 60 because you just don't know, do you? When I'm going out, so like I'm going out with Hartley for a walk, the minute I get in, clothes are off, they're in the washer, I'm upstairs, showered, washing them hands, singing happy birthday, and then feeling much better for it. So I don't know whether, that's not fake news, that's what I do, but I don't know if that's something anybody else is doing. But I still feel that I need to do that for me. So it's about doing what's right for you. Not everybody has to go out, come back in, strip at front door, get in shower and put all clothes on a 100-degree wash. It's just about doing what's right for you. And don't be a Karen. Very good. Yes, definitely don't be a Karen. Right, let's go. Dear Auntie Nelly, my daughter is very vain and is constantly posting selfies. She puts these all over her social media. We recently had a dinner for my birthday, but she ruined it by constantly taking pictures of herself, and we had to wait for her as she was up forever uploading things. Nothing is ever natural, it all feels staged, as we have to take photos in the right light or find the right background. She's making things really miserable. I think she has a problem. What do you think? Okay, so the generation of today, people in the 40s, they absolutely love a selfie. Everybody loves a selfie. There's filters galore, you can have loads of fun. We had a load of fun on Friday night doing these Snapchat selfies where it turns you into a man or it ages your face or it turns you into a baby or a toddler. You can have lots and lots and lots of fun by doing selfies or by taking family photos, finding the right lighting. Okay, so it's your dinner party, it's your husband's birthday, it's your son's birthday, it's a christening, it's a wedding, whatever. Photos are going to be taken. What I would say to your daughter is, listen, it's my dinner party, I've got friends coming round. Please don't be inconsiderate. Whatever photos you want to take them at the beginning and then put your phone away. Okay, because it's spoiling things and it feels very staged, as you've said, and I just want to enjoy things naturally. I don't want to have to stop and pause for a photo. I don't want you to have to stop and pause for a photo. So please, once you've done the photos, pop your phone away. I'm also quite concerned that you're obsessed with these bloody selfies. Are you okay? You're absolutely beautiful just the way you are. So I'd also look at how many selfies is she taking. What exactly is she doing with them? Is it about confirmation of you look brilliant, you look gorgeous? Because sometimes I find that people post pictures of themselves for affirmations. Affirmations that they look good, they're doing well, you know, and they need that sort of self-love, somebody else to give them that love. So maybe a little bit of, you know, softly here with your daughter. Let her know that once the photos are done, you put them to one side. Because it can get too much. Because we can spend our evening on phones. We can look through these apps and before we know it, 30 minutes has gone. And it's about finding that natural quality time with our family and friends. Yet take a few pictures, upload them to social media, or even do it the day after saying this happened last night. Doesn't have to be done there and then, but I would certainly say, is it normal? What do I think? Absolutely, the youth of today, they're all doing selfies. Everybody's doing selfies. You know, there's even a lesson on YouTube about how to take the perfect selfie. So have a word with her and tell her that it's really, really getting on your fucking nerves, you know. I don't mind you taking photos, I don't mind you doing the odd selfie. down for dinner, the phones go away. And I think that should be at every dinner. When we're sitting down with our loved ones, quality time, whether it be a meal out or down at the kitchen table, phones should be away. That's our time to reconnect with our family. Find out what's been going on that week, what's been going on that day. And then you can pick your phones up after you've had your meal, you've done your washing up, you've swept the floor, dishes are away, whatever it may be. That's then your downtime. So don't let that interfere. I know people who will text people that they're sat in the same room as, and I find that absolutely ridiculous. I can't get my head around it. People have to text the children to ask them if they want a drink or if tea's ready. No, I would put an absolute stop to that. There'd be no way that my daughter would be getting a message saying your tea's ready. I'll shout once. If she don't come down, she'll get it when it's cold. Simple as. Okay, moving on. Dear Auntie Nellie, my partner, no, doesn't say that at all. Wait a minute. Me and my brothers are devastated. Our parents got divorced after 30 years of marriage, but now my father has announced that he is gay and he's living with his male partner. My mother says she's happy for him, but my brothers are now struggling with this bombshell. Has our whole life been an absolute sham because it's just all bullshit? Okie dokie. So, young lady here, 2 brothers, dad's come out as gay, dad's gone living with his gay partner, mum said that's absolutely fine, I'm okay with it, but the kids are thinking, hang on a fucking minute, if dad's always been gay, does that mean he never loved mum? So there's lots of questions here running around your head, your brother's heads, and these questions are questions you need to be asking dad. So mum says she's absolutely fine with it, and we have to appreciate her feelings. We have to validate them because it was mum's marriage, okay? And if anybody should be wondering whether her marriage was a sham, it should be your mum. She seems to be fine about it. It may even be a thing where mum knew dad was gay and they carried on in the marriage, and he may have had a male companion, and he said, you know, we'll sort our marriage out, we'll go our separate ways when the children are grown. Sometimes your parents, no matter how old you are and they are, they will always be the adults of the relationship with the children. So they may have already had that in place, so mum may have already put that to bed. She may have already asked all the questions about why he's gay, did he know he was gay, blah, blah, blah. That's done. So you need to get down at the kitchen table, hashtag kitchen table, with dad, not his male partner, but with dad, and you need to be asking the questions. You feel like your mum and dad's marriage was a sham, you need to be asking dad the questions, and you need to be putting those to bed. Dad has took a big step in order to move on in his life with his male partner. Mum sounds like she's okay, but you need to ask dad. You've got things that are going to start causing resentment, you're going to end up bitter. So you need to ask dad, you need to say, Dad, when did you know you were gay? Dad, how long have you been gay for? Have you always been gay? Have you been bisexual? How long have you been with your partner for? But you need to certainly sit down with your dad and ask him all these questions. So please, please, please don't ask me if it's all been a sham. Ask dad. And make sure that you ask the questions that you want the answers to. Some of them are not going to be very pretty, and some of them can be quite painful and hurtful. But at the end of the day, he's your dad, and you love him, hopefully, and you want him to be happy. And he's been so brave, and he's took that step to make sure that the rest of his life is happy. So find out why, what, when from dad, have that conversation, and then eventually you may want to have a relationship with dad and his partner. Okay. So people keep saying that the internet connection is not very good. I'm not quite sure about it. Usually I get a red line. There's no red line, so I can only apologise. If you can refresh or come off and come back on, I don't know what to suggest. Okay. Dear Auntie Nellie, my mum has announced that she will never speak to me again unless I quit my boyfriend. I love that, quit. She has met him 3 times and he's always behaved on all these occasions. I really like him. We've been together for 6 months, but she says she knows something about him and doesn't like him. I asked her what, and she said she won't tell me. I've told my boyfriend, and he says she's just jealous of our relationship. Who do I trust? you've been going out with your boyfriend for 6 months and he's met mum 3 times. Everything's gone hunky-dory, lovely. You're trying to build a relationship between boyfriend and mum and getting your partner to know your family. And mum said, if you don't get rid of him, I'll never again. Why, mum? Well, because I know something about him and I don't like it. Well, what is it? I'm not telling you. What mum has to understand here is you're an adult. You are an absolute adult. You're a grown woman. You're making your own life and you're making relationships now for yourself. So she either likes it or lumps it. She can't choose your partners for you. Now, mum can't come out with such a statement, I know something about him and I don't like him, without backing it up. What is this something she doesn't like? She needs to tell you. And you need to tell her that unless she's willing to tell you what that is, and then you will make your own decision on who you date, then you won't be introducing boyfriend again. He won't be going round again. And you'll just crack on as you are. And it'll end up with you not speaking to mum. So should she want to lose a daughter, she's going the right way about it. But we never ever say, I know something about him, but I'm not telling you. Unless we can back it up with facts, proof and evidence. So I don't know what it is that your mum knows about your boyfriend that you don't. As for her being jealous, no idea. Don't know much about your mum. You've not said much. You've just said that. She's just said get rid of him. We need to be knowing why. We need to know if he's got a secret. We need to know if she's got a secret. We need to know is, have they connected in the past? Have they met in a nightclub and had a one-night stand? I'd be asking her. I would be asking her and saying, have you slept with him? Has he robbed off you? Is he on sex offenders register? Have you seen him beat shit out of a dog? What is it? Put her on the spot, because she's telling you to end your relationship with somebody you really like for absolutely no reason. So unless she gives you a reason and then you decide what to do with that information, it's not for her to tell you who to go out with or not, then we'll take it from there. But I think it's a little bit unfair for mum to dangle a carrot and not actually tell you why. So good luck with that. My boyfriend says he cannot give me anything but love. Okay, so he's a brilliant lover and our sex life is fantastic. But he's out of work, and since we moved in together, he's made no effort to find a job. I pay all the bills and often go without because I'm paying for 2. I'm getting very tired of it, and I want someone who's a lover and a provider. But when I say this, he always comes out with some new reason why he can't work. Am I being unreasonable? No, you are not. But I'll tell you what, you are being an absolute fucking wank splat. How can you move in with somebody? How can you make that commitment unless you both know on paper that you can put 50-50 towards your bills? How do you know? There will be months if you're self-employed or you've got illness that one can't put as much in the bills account as the other. So the other one takes the rap that month and the other one might do it another time for you. It's all about 50-50. Relationship, and he's not giving his 50. I mean, I'm not being funny. You've said that all he can give you is love and he's a brilliant lover. Buy a rampant rabbit, love, and save your money. Jesus Christ, what is the reason that he can't work? What is the reason? But I think sometimes people jump too far into that commitment of a relationship, and they've got that white picket fence and they've watched all the Hollywood blockbusters and all the rom-coms, and they think it's going to be absolutely wonderful and he's going to bring you breakfast in bed and you're going to have lazy Sundays sat in his shirt and his jeans. It's not like that. That's not real life. We need to know who's going to be paying the water bill. We need to know who's going to pay for the Sky TV. We need to know who's going to pay the rent. Who's going to do the Asda shop. Other supermarkets are available, as are other TV providers. But yeah, we need to know that before we even think about moving in. Who is going to be paying these bills? God forbid I can't work. It's not even a case of he can't work. He's never worked. You're decided now to take somebody into your home and pay the bill for 2 of you. Well, if I'd have known that were an option, I'd be knocking on your door. I'd love to live somewhere rent free because I can give you nothing but love either. I'm sorry, but take off the rose-tinted sunglasses, sit him down and say to him, listen, Flower, enough's enough here. I'm paying for 2. What are you exactly bringing to the table? And it's all right saying I can't give you anything but love, but that's not real life. I need a little bit more than love because electric bill needs paying. So there's your half. Shopping needs paying. There's your half. You know, when you're buying no frills food and he's pulling his face, well, that's because I've no money, sweetheart. It's hard running a house, for one, never mind two. So you definitely need to sit him down and tell him, unless he finds a job and contributes, there's the door and off he fucks through it. You know, I mean, it's nice to be with people who love you and it's good to have good sex, but that's not real life, is it? Real life is where am I finding my council tax from, gas bills come in, phone bills come in, Jesus Christ, I've got to do an Asda shop. Everything is money, money, money. When you've got children, they live in your house rent free because they can't get a job until they're of a certain age, and then they start doing things in the house and they get money for chores, etc, etc. Did you want another child, a grown man child? What is his reason for not working? What is it? Find it out and carry on. Okie dokie. Oh. Dear Auntie Nellie, since living with my partner, she thinks she has a perfect right to go through all my personal stuff. Oh, heck. She does it with my laptop and my phone and thinks nothing of it. She even goes through my pockets and wallet and takes away the change. The other day I even found her checking my bank statements. I don't have anything to hide, but am I not entitled to some privacy? When I told her this, she just laughed and said I was being sensitive. I was being sensitive. How can I make her understand it's overstepping the mark? Right, so, moved in with your partner, another couple here who've decided to make that commitment and move in. And she thinks it's okay by going through all your stuff. Now, she's not going through your old photographs and she's not going through your washing to make sure you've not got tissues in your jean pocket. She's actually going through your pants to look for change and she's taking it. She's going through your bank statements. At the end of the day, it's about trust. And you should be able to leave anything lying around that's of yours in your own home without people snooping. So I know she said, oh, it's, you know, stop being sensitive. Well, it's not about being sensitive. It's about her infringing on your sensitive information. Things like bank statements and how much money you've got in your wallet, what's on your phone and what's on your laptop. This lady, does she actually trust you? We don't need that, do we? Bear with. Right. I didn't know when washer were going to set off, but anyway, I've switched it off. So she's going through all your personal information, including your laptop and phone. Now, you've moved in together. Did you not know that she had trust issues before you did? Because that's what you should be saying. You should be sitting her down and saying, look, love, you don't trust me, do you? And I don't think we've got a relationship if there's no trust. Ask me Auntie Nellie. I do trust you. Then why'd you go through my laptop? Why'd you go through my phone? Shall I go through yours? No, I wouldn't do that because I respect your privacy. So don't stoop to anybody's level. Don't ever start going through phones and laptop if it's not something you'd normally do because they're doing it to you. Don't do that. Don't give them the satisfaction to say, well, you've done it to me. So just say, I don't mind you having a couple of quid out my wallet. You can have my last penny. We live together. I love you. But fucking hell, don't steal it. Don't steal from me. Ask me. And you can have it. You know, I mean, you can have whatever you want from me. But don't steal. Ask and I'll give you. I'll give you my last penny. Don't steal from me. So I think this problem is huge. It's huge. It's massive. We don't open other people's posts. It's an actual offence to open someone's post. It belongs to the Queen until the person whose name is on that envelope actually opens it. So she's opening your post. She's committing crime. But I'd certainly sit her down at the kitchen table and say, listen, you don't trust me. Enough's enough. I'm off. And see what she says. And when she does say, but I do. Well, you can't do. How can you trust me when you're going through my phone and you're going through my laptop? Not that I've out to hide, Flower. Help yourself. But that's not the point. The point is you don't trust me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be infringing on my privacy. Whether you live with somebody or you don't live with somebody, it is never acceptable to go through people's information without permission. Okay? So definitely have that conversation. And if she still thinks you're being sensitive, I don't think she's the one for you, because where does this go to? Where does it go? She knows your bank statement. She knows what's in your wallet. She knows what's in your bank. She knows what's in your phone. She knows what's in your laptop. What's she going to do next? Come and sit outside work and watch you through the window? Enough's enough. These are her issues, and you shouldn't have to feel anxiety or be left to question things because she's got issues. Oh, yeah? Okay. Moving on. Dear Auntie Nellie, every year my sister-in-law gives my 2 daughters really shit birthday presents. I always buy her girls something nice. But there have been times when she's even re-gifted the previous presents to my girls that I bought for her girls. I know that if I say something, it will just cause an argument. My husband, on the other hand, thinks it's hilarious and says I'm just overreacting and it doesn't really matter. Am I overreacting? I don't know your sister-in-law's situation. So when you say she's giving her nieces really shit presents, maybe the shit presents to you, but maybe the presents that she can only afford. Maybe she can't afford what you can afford. Maybe she hasn't got a husband. Maybe she doesn't work full time. Maybe she's a single mum. Maybe the kids that, you give the presents to her kids and they haven't played with them and she thought, shit, it's the birthday and I can't afford anything. Let's see what the girls have got lying around, and in mad panic wrapped them and give them to yours. Does it really matter about the value of the presents? Does it really matter? Yeah, it might get on your nerves slightly. It might make you think that she doesn't appreciate your girls as much as you appreciate them. But it's not about the gift. This isn't about the gift. It's about the thought. And the fact is, she's got them something. And your daughters are not bothered. Your daughters won't be bothered at all. They couldn't give a flying shit to kids what they get, whether it's £5 or £55. It's you that's got the issue. So please, 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 get off your high horse. Think about your sister-in-law's situation and think, actually, I might be being a little bit unfair here. She's on benefits. She's a single mum. She's working all the hours God meets. She's got high child care bills to pay for. Whatever it may be, there will be a reason why, in your words, she's getting them shit presents. But at the end of the day, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. The fact is, if she was forgetting the birthdays and not even bothering, I could understand the issue. Like, does she not care about my children? I always buy her something. Why does she not care? She is doing, whether it's re-gifted or it's shit or cheap or whatever it is that you're thinking. The fact is that she's got them something. And do you know what? Even if she only gets them a card, the thought that counts. So yeah, I do think you are overreacting slightly. You've got yourself into a bit of a pickle and you've got yourself worked up and caused yourself a load of anxiety for absolutely nothing. And yet your husband finds it hilarious because he probably knows his sister a little bit more than what you do. So I really would have a sit down, have a chat with yourself and just think, hang on a minute, what is her situation? I mean, if you were coming here and saying you're a multimillionaire, yeah, I can understand you being a bit pissed off thinking she's all that fucking money and she's bought her a 50p gift. It doesn't matter still on people's statuses. It's the thought that counts. Stop being so bloody shallow. As long as you buy your daughters gifts for the birthdays and Christmas, doesn't really matter. And a lot of people prefer a card. I don't mind, really, about presents. A card is lovely. A card that comes through the post or through the door is lovely. I actually quite prefer that over a text, and if I can send a card, I will do. Okay. Dear Auntie Nellie, how do I make my daughter see that her boyfriend has another woman? Oh, everyone knows he does. We only live in a little village and I know that she knows and I know that everyone else knows. Oh, there's a lot of no's here. She says she trusts him and it's all just idle gossip. But he's always disappearing for days on end, and even when he's with her, he's often outside on his phone. This behaviour is not suspicious, it just confirms that he's cheating, but she puts up with it. Why can't she see? And how do I make her see? Okay, well, there's this thing called idle gossip in a little village, and once again, it could be fake news or it could be true. What the hell's it got to do with you? I know it's your daughter and you love your daughter and you want what's best for her and you don't want your daughter to be the talk of the town. I understand all that. But you brought it to your daughter's attention and she said, Mum, I trust him, he's not cheating. Leave it at that. In a relationship, there's two people. There may be very well three people in their relationship, but that has nothing to do with anybody but them. Even if he is cheating, for all you know, they could be in an open relationship. She may have accepted the fact that he is cheating. They may be working on the problems and he's no longer cheating. You brought it to her attention. She said, it's just idle gossip, mum, leave it. So leave it. And all you can do as a mum then is sit back, ignore the gossip, be there for your daughter, and God forbid if he is cheating and she has a heart broken and finds out, that's when you're there to give her a big love, big support, big kiss on the cheek and wipe away the tears. Because that's what mums do. We don't say, I told you so. We don't do that as a mum, we don't do that as a friend, we don't do that to anybody. You've told her, you brought it to her attention, leave it at that. There is nothing more you can do now, okay? And if you hear anybody in the village gossiping about your daughter and the fact that he may be cheating, leave them to it, okay? Because I always think people in glass houses, I don't really like getting into idle gossip, and I don't like gossiping about things unless I know it's fact. It might be all right behind closed doors, a bit of laugh and a joke, but it can cause a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of upset for certain people. So yeah, as a mum, go back to your mum role, stop the gossiping yourself, stop getting involved, and just be there for your daughter. I love doing Sunday service and nighttime with Nelly because my flower pots also will comment on things that have happened to them, or what they would have done, or what they would have said. So we all help each other. There's lots of flower pot love going on here. So, right, what am I doing here now? Dear Auntie Nelly, my partner only wants to have sex with me when he's drunk, which I find really upsetting. If I say anything, he just says it's the only time he can face touching me, then says he's only joking. We've been together for 5 years, but often sleep in separate beds because of his snoring. Yet any time he comes home after drinking with his friends, he's all over me trying to get into my bed. All I want is a normal, loving relationship. Should I try saying no next time in hope that he will want to have sex with me sober? Thank you. Oh, dearie, 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 dearie me. You see, things only happen to us that we allow. So you're allowing your partner to come home fueled with drink, and you're allowing him to possibly climb in your bed, and you're allowing him to have sex with you while he's drunk. That's why that's happening, okay? Because I say on my Wednesday night show, and as I'll say today, and as I'll say on a Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock, no means no. You have the right to say no to anybody, whether it be your boyfriend, your husband, your partner, whatever it may be, whatever relationship you're in, regardless if you've been together 2 minutes or 22 million years, you can always say no. Even in penetration, you can say no. Now, if your partner is not willing to romance you, if he's not willing to give you the time of day and tell you you look lovely and buy you gifts and romance you and make you feel like you're the only girl in the world, then how are you going to want to have sex with him firstly? But number two, how are you going to want to have sex with him when he's actually pissed? I mean, drunk sex? No, thank you. Absolutely not. Yeah, we can all have a bit of a fucking kiss and a fumble when we've had a few drinks on a Friday night, we've come home and then one of us passes out or whatever it may be. But there's no respect in this relationship. And the fact that he makes a joke of it and says, oh, it's the only time I can face touching you, that's absolutely fine, sunshine, because you'll not be touching me again. I've had enough of you disrespecting me and my body, and I have enough respect and self-worth to know where the door is. One of us needs to go through it. We don't have a loving relationship. We don't have a sexual relationship. We are not connected as a couple. We sleep in separate beds because of your snoring. That's possibly due to his heavy drinking. So one of you needs to leave. This relationship needs to stop. The only way this relationship can start again is with a lot of counselling, a lot of conversations where he puts the respect back in the relationship because he's took it away and you're allowing him to. So once again, things will only ever happen to us that we allow. So do not be that doormat. Do not let him climb into bed with you on a Friday night because he's had a few sherries. No, know your self-worth. Tell him no. And if he proceeds to do that, what sort of man is that? You don't want to be with a man like that who thinks he has a right to climb into your bed. You're his property. Do not let him use you. Ever. Nobody should anybody. Okay? No. So have that conversation sooner rather than later. Know your self-worth, girl. So that's been today's Sunday service. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. I shall be back on Wednesday with Nighttime with Nelly live on my Facebook page in the room, where sometimes a little bit of magic happens. All that social distancing and not living together and shit, but there we go. I'm now going to go out with my gorgeous Hartley Blue, take him for a good old walk, and then decide what we're going to have for our tea, because I'm not making a Sunday roast for one. It's not right good fun, is it? But the sun's still shining, and I might get on Sun Lounger and I might read a bit of my chat magazine. So whatever you all do with your Sunday, make sure it's blessed. Stay away from Karens on Facebook. Stay away from fake news. Do your own research. And I'll see you all very soon, either with a new review or Nighttime with Nelly. See you soon.